Hey, I'm Nathan Townsend, and today is National HIV and Aging Awareness Day. And that's a feat to behold because when I was diagnosed in 1984, HIV and aging was not a concept to be considered because really they had no treatment, they had no policy, and they had no plan. Today, 40 years later, the disease has progressed, treatment has progressed, but guess what? Stigma prevails. It's still the same. After 40 years and as much progress as we have, people still are dying because they cannot talk about their status. Still, HIV and aging is a bittersweet concept. Sweet because we're still here. After 40 years, after traversing many miles, many destinations, many conversations, I'm still here after 40 years. But then when I tally up the losses, the friends, the community, a whole network that I've lost, that's the sadder side. And then as a black, gay man, aging, living with HIV, there's the harsh reality that black queer culture is so youth-centric. And so in spite of being affirmed and accepted in a community, there's a possibility of becoming invisible because you've aged out of your networks. It was people pushing me that made me not give up. And a lot of us don't have that support. And that's what's sad. That's what's sad about us as a people, that we don't recognize when people need help. Like when like it really touched me when your brother died, and how you just kept moving, like nothing happened. We should never have to do that. We should never have to give up, who we are, because there's so much to be done, and there's no room. There's no room for us being frail. There's no room for us being who we are. We have to keep on present in spite, and we do that. We continue to do it we continue to do it time after time. And too often, we get nothing for that. People don't recognize that. They talk about this, they talk about that. And they deny us, they deny our greatness, they deny what we bring to the table. And if we stand up for ourselves, then we're braggarts. If we speak for ourselves, we're thirsty. If we have confidence, we're cocky. How are you supposed to lead your life if nobody's supporting you? Who are you supposed to lean on? We know that he's always with us, but that leaves us and him. And sometimes this is not humanly enough. As much as we pour into people over and over again, and we do it without expecting that they'll do something back. But then when we find ourselves in need and nobody's there, bitch, I know you're still taping with your little tears. You think you sweat, but this is good because we don't do it for what we want back. We do it because it's necessary. We do it because it's needed. We do it because he said, never grow weary of well doing, because in due time, we will reap. And so many times that's the only thing that keeps me going, is that I'm doing what he said I would do. And it's not up to me to determine what that reward is. It's just not. I hate you. I really do, because I feel turning shit off, but it is. And it is bittersweet. But then you find yourself wondering, and people need to hear this, who will take care of it? 70, and we joke about how spry I am, but that's not going to last. In this season where I was doing so many jobs, I've lost 15 pounds. And every day it's been a struggle to say, I got to keep going, I got to keep jumping. But look at this, 70 years old, I'm not working because I want to. I'm working because I have to. And I have to because I didn't plan for this season of my life, because they said I would not be here. Speak life over your life. Don't let man tell you, what he thinks. Because especially back then with HIV, you knew just as much as they did. We really did. And what I knew was that God said that there were wondrous things that he wanted in my life, that he wanted me to do. And I knew that I wasn't finished. I saw people who were less sicker than I that died. There's no earthly reason why I should be here when they told me my body stopped manufacturing blood. Do you realize how essential it is? When the guy said, and white people have a way of being so stoic with us. Your body stopped manufacturing blood. Now what? He said, I don't know how you live it. And I said, I do. I'm living off of Jesus' papers. I remember saying that to him. I said, I'm living off of him. He is why I am yet alive. Because even in that moment, as frail as I was just as animated. I was just as confident. I was just as faith-filled because of everything that had been poured into me over and over again. When you ask us why people read the Bible, when you ask us why do people believe in things that they cannot see, it's because it's been proven over and over again that there's a force greater than us that's here. There's a force that if you lean on it, if you believe in it, and if you just surrender. We feel overwhelmed because we try to tackle everything and hold everything together. But he said, take my yoke upon you, and I will give you rest. But guess what? Sometimes there's just no rest for the weary, because we never were weary. And so there's a lot of work to be done. And here at NAESM, we're identifying barriers and challenges that individuals are facing across spectrums: transgender, bisexual, MSM, because we realize that in order to end the epidemic, we have to provide services to all. HIV and aging tells me that there's hope. There's hope.